Hello there, Pisces. How's it going, you guys? It's time for your reading. I already pulled everything out today. These are kind of new cards for me here, Pisces. So, it's easier for me to lay them out to where I can really study the reading a little bit in advance. So, but anyway, this looks like a pretty deep reading. I only pulled 3 cards, but I wanted to clarify them so I could kind of like make sense of it all in my head. So I pulled out all these other cards. So it's going to be an interesting reading, that's for sure. And it doesn't really look too bad, honestly. I see the Sun card right here. And it's also got... it's got Knaz on there twice. So this is very, very, very beneficial. I mean, that's like, yeah. So it doesn't look too bad. It looks like there's a bunch of stuff going on. The first rune that I pulled here was Othala. Okay, so Othala has something to do with your family, okay? It could be that a family member is unhappy or something like that. For some of you, it could be that you feel like you're walking on, eggshells around this family member. So you're, kind of standoffish, afraid to really kind of like bother this family member with Tiwaz here in reverse. It could also indicate that you're disappointed with somebody, a family member as well. You could be disappointed in them. All right. And it doesn't really look like this particular family member is very happy at this time. So I don't know who that is. And Pisces, I've had people leave me comments and talk about how they don't have family and stuff. And so, if it's not family, Pisces, it's someone close that, you consider family, okay? Yeah. It could be like family, like maybe like an adopted brother or sister or something like that. It could be something like that. All right. So now the next rune we have here is Gable. And Gable talks about blessings and gifts, but it's also success in partnerships. All right. And it's kind of interesting that I say that because it's next to Jera here, and this is talking about partnerships as well. It's also talking about balance, and it's also talking about some sort of success from, most likely from something that you're working on or something that you do for money. All right. All right. So now you have Iwaz here in reverse, okay? So Iwaz is telling you that, it could be a couple of things. It could mean that maybe now is not a good time to travel because you may bump into some obstacles along the way. But it could also mean, and I think this is what it really more means, is that you don't trust somebody. You have the Queen of Swords right there. You know what I mean? If I pull out the Queen of Swords, this is you, holding your sword up. You don't trust somebody. I can feel that. All right? It's kind of weird how they kind of all jive together, but yeah. So then, now the next rune you have here is Lagoose, okay? And Lagoose is very positive. It means water, and it's like it's like a water element, and it's like flowing. It's like flowing. Okay. So Yeah, the middle of the reading is Lagoose, and that's just go with the flow. Just go with the flow, all right? Now, I see some sort of a tricky situation here, but I'm not really too worried about that tricky situation because, it's right next to Lagoose. And if you have have you ever seen like a river that, it's flowing and then it's got boulders in the middle of the river? And what does the water do? The water just kind of like goes around that boulder and still flows. Okay? So whatever this tricky situation is, I know it's not in reverse. It would be highly, more beneficial if it was in reverse. But you have Lagoose here, and water kind of like shapes its way around anything. All right? Water makes a shape around anything. So this is really, this is kind of cool, really. It's kind of like just going right through it, and there's nothing that can be done. And then you have Baraka right here. And this is new beginnings. This is, it's a new beginning. It's a new idea. It's it could also involve family too. This could also involve family. And I'm seeing two family runes. I see Othal over here, and then I see Baraka. This could also be like a new pet, or something new to your family. And it can actually also mean, somebody could be giving birth. Somebody could be actually literally giving birth, all right? Now you have the death rune right next to Baraka. So the death rune is like, it's the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new. This is a cycle. This is some sort of a, it's a cycle that we're going through, and we are leveling up. We are moving up. I can feel it, especially when I go outside and I get some of that fresh air in me, and it's like, wow, very, very spiritual feeling. So anyway, let's get here into the tarot cards a little bit more, and I'll kind of like explain what I see. And the first thing I see here is the Ace of Wands, okay? And now if you'll notice on the Ace of Wands, it's got strength on there with Urus. So, you've been very, very strong. Look at this fire going on behind you. Okay, this is like the end of something, and you're just kind of like watching it burn. It's like burning up. It's going away. And something new is starting. All right? I also see Fehu in there. Fehu is talking about your money. All right? But I think whatever this is talking about here is, you're kind of like watching things kind of like, dissolve, When things burn up, I mean, they're gone. So new beginnings for sure. You got money, and I'm also seeing Thracisis in here as well. And Thracisis talks about a tricky situation, which I see right here. But you don't got nothing to worry about it because you got Lagoose right there. And like I said, water kind of like shapes any way it wants. So, I mean, there's really kind of like no way that you can really be poked by this. Because, I mean, water is just going to kind of like go around it, and this doesn't even matter. So when I clarified the Ace of Wands, I pulled out, I pulled out the Lovers, and the Lovers is a choice. It's also Gemini energy. All right, and notice how he has Gable in his chest. And see Gable right here. So this is some sort of a choice or decision. All right. Yeah. It could also be new love too for some of you. I'm feeling that could also be some new love as well. And the reason in saying is I see a bunch of other runes here on the cards that, you know, could point to that. Okay, so then, you know, after I pulled this card, I pulled the Ace of Pentacles, okay? Or shields, but, you know, same thing. And this is, you know, a new start, something with your money, Pisces. All right, so, you know, this is some sort of a new start with your money. I'm really kind of feeling it. And there's some sort of a choice about it with the Lovers, some sort of a choice about your money and a new start. Look, you got Baraka down here. This is like a new beginning, a new idea. Notice where Baraka is on this. You see it? It's on a rock. It's on a rock. So, I mean, this new beginning in your money is rock solid. It's rock solid. It's right there on the rock. It's rock solid. Okay. So then, you know, I'm curious, you know, and I love these cards. So that's why I pulled out so many cards, right? So the next card I got here was the Queen of Pentacles, okay? And the Queen of Pentacles is some sort of an earth sign. You could be dealing with some sort of an earth sign. Like I said, with the Lovers up here, I was feeling that maybe some of you guys could be in some sort of a new start of something as well. You know, not only just a choice, it can mean both, you know. The Lovers can mean both. It could mean like some sort of new love, and it can also mean a choice, and it can mean both. And I think it means both in this because I see the Queen of Pentacles. And I'm thinking that, you know, you could be dealing with some sort of an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, something like that. And I see Elhaz right here. And this is protection. This is protection. And I also see Kanaz right here. And this is victory and success. So I'm seeing all kinds of really wonderful blessings coming. I do with this Ace of Wands, right? And so then, you know, and with the Fool here, this is you setting off on a new journey. So I think you're moving on. You're going somewhere. This is movement, but it's like it's starting something new. Okay, so something new is for sure coming in to your energy. Okay, I don't know what you're starting, but you know, you're starting something new, and it could have to do with your money because I see Fehu right here. All right. All right. So then I pulled the Two of Swords, and you know, this is kind of like a crossroads in your life. It's also, you know, kind of figuring out which way you want to go. But the good news with this card here is, you know, you have Tiwaz. This is victory and success. All right. And the other sword here has Isa, which is slow energy. All right. So I'm taking this as, you know, slow wins the race. All right. I see that you kind of have your eyes covered here. Let me see if your eyes are completely covered. Yeah, they look like they're pretty well covered. So just flow. Just, you know, with Lagoose here, just go with the flow for sure. And, you know, I pulled the Emperor here. And this is you taking control. This is really awesome. This is Aries energy also, by the way. This is you taking control. And this is really awesome with this new start. You're taking control. And with the Hangman, you know, you may be looking at things differently. You know, you're looking at the bigger picture. You're looking at things in a different light. Yeah, you're looking at things differently. See, you're upside down. So, I mean, when you look upside down, you kind of see differently. You know what I mean? And I also see, you know, I see the death rune right here. Same thing right here, death rune, Awaz. So this is, you know, looking at things in a different way than you ever did before. And, you know, something new, all right? And look at the Emperor. He's got, the Emperor has thoracicis on the front. It's like, don't mess with me. It's like, don't mess with me. Yeah, that's for sure. Look at the way he looks. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So anyway, and it doesn't really matter because, like I said, you've got Leguse, just flows. All right, so the second card I pulled here is the Queen of Cups, and this is your energy, Pisces, okay? And I see Digaz in the middle right here of this Bindrone. It's Digaz and Elhaz, and this is protection and transformation. All right, so this is our energy right now. We're protected and we're transforming. And you know, I kind of wanted to bring that up too. You know, this transformation, like I say, you know, Pisces, it doesn't happen overnight. I think I've said this before. You know, it takes some time. It can't just happen overnight. I mean, I wish things could happen overnight, but unfortunately, they just don't. All right, but this is our energy here, and then, you know, I pulled Judgment here, and you know, Judgment is, you know, I think this is like some sort of self-reflection on yourself as well, and it's also you know, some sort of a renewal. You're bringing something up. You could be bringing something up from the past, but it's not something bad. But I'm kind of like thinking that, you know, more so this is some sort of a reckoning with yourself. All right, this is kind of like some sort of a judgment on yourself. I'm feeling that. All right. You know, I think that what you're judging here is something to do with Ingwaz, you know, and Ingwaz is male energy, and it's propelling you forward, and so you're wondering, you're judging yourself if this is going to really propel you forward, whatever it is that you're working on. All right, and so that's kind of like what I see with the Judgment card. All right. And so the next card I got here was Temperance, all right? And this is a trip. You know, Temperance is one of those really cool cards that, you know, it's kind of like you're in a beautiful garden right here. Look at this. And look at all these little butterflies. Can you see that? And so these little butterflies are like, it's like transformation, all right? So you're going through a major, we're all going, all us Pisceans are going through a major transformation. Look at, I see Digaz here, Digaz here, Digaz here, Digaz here. I mean, several. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So, you know, I think that, let me see here. I think something's coming together for you, Pisces. I just do. All right. You know, the traditional temperance, it shows it shows, you know, it shows 2 cups. You know, it shows an angel with 2 cups pouring together. And this temperance doesn't show that. This temperance just shows, it shows you really where you're at. You're in a beautiful garden and you're full of transformation. And all this is going to transform. Something's transforming in your life for sure. And it looks like it's been transforming for a while, and it's going to transform for a while more. All right? So that's what I'm kind of picking up on that. Now here we have the Queen of Swords, okay? So this is you again, the Queen of Cups. And, you know, with the Queen of Swords, you know, you got your sword up here. And look at this. You have Iwaz here in reverse. All right. Iwaz is, you know, it could be that you don't trust somebody, and, you know, and your feelings that you really feel with Lagoose in the upright is exactly right. You have no reason to trust this person whatsoever. It being a tricky situation and all, it's not going to really affect you because you've got Lagoose right here, but you don't trust somebody, and that's a fact. I also see some sort of like something could be shocking coming to you as well, because I see Hagilez right here in the middle, and then I also see Jera. So something shocking is going, you know, is going to happen. But I think this is a good shocking, because I just feel it, because I see Jera in there, and Jera is success from hard work. So something's going to shock you, but you've got your sword up about something because you don't trust somebody. And I don't know who that person is or whatever. It could be, you know, this family member over here, because remember I was talking about, you know, you could be disappointed in a family member. And so now you've got your sword up. And then we pulled the Hermit. And, you know, the Hermit is the Hermit. It's like spending time alone. And, you know, I see Isa here, you know, in the middle. And, you know, honestly, Pisces, it's good to be able to go into hermit mode every now and then, all right? Because it regenerates you and gives you a chance to think. I mean, you don't know really what to do here yet. See, you've got the Two of Swords here, so you don't really know what to do here yet. You don't definitely trust somebody, and you're here in the Queen of Swords, and you need to spend some time alone and think about it, all right, and get everything going. And that's kind of what I feel with that, you know. And like I said, also, if there's nobody that you don't feel that you mistrust or something, then this could also be talking about maybe not to be extra careful if you're traveling. And like the runes are the same as the cards in a way, because they can mean both things. It can mean the same thing. Okay, so this can also mean you don't trust somebody, but it can also mean that if you're traveling, to be very, very careful. All right. And just remember to go with the flow. This is kind of a good reading. And then, you know, after the Hermit, you have the Sun. And, you know, the Sun is the happiest card in the tarot, right? I mean, so you've got some really wonderful successes coming your way. I see, you know, I see Kanaz in here twice, you know, in the upright. Twice in the upright. I mean, this is like double success. Something shocking too, okay? Because remember, we did see Hagilez on the Queen of Swords. You know, when Hagilez comes up, it's kind of normal to pull your sword up. And it's also normal to pull your sword up if you don't trust somebody too. Yeah. All right. So then over here, I pulled the Three of Swords. And this is kind of brutal. Yeah, it looks like he's just about ready to chop your head off or something there. You know, I see Digaz down here, all right? And Digaz is transformation. It's like major transformation. Look how big it is. It's not a little one. You know, if you look at, where did I find it? The Empress. If you look at the Empress, you see all these little butterflies, these little Digazes flying around like little butterflies. These are little transformations that are adding up into something very, very big. So you look how big that is. So, you know, this kind of looks grim. So I'm gonna I'm gonna clarify this. All right. So when I pulled, you know, this Three of Swords out, I pulled the Eight of Wands out. You know, and the Eight of Wands is walking away. All right. And so, you know, you're walking away from this. Look at this wheel up here. It's kind of cool. And I also am looking in here, and I'm seeing Nathis in here twice. So you're walking away from this this heartache. You're walking away from it. You're moving away from this heartache, from this lacking. Look, you got Nathis in here twice. You know, that's lacking. You're moving away from it. You're moving to your rainbow. Look at the rainbow up on top. See? The rainbow in the sky. You're moving to that. You are. That's kind of awesome. And then, you know, I see the Four of Pentacles. Four of Shields, Four of Pentacles. So, you know, it looks like you're holding on to something. You could be holding on something too tightly from the past here. See, look at it. You got Judgment here. Could be holding on something. I'm sorry. I don't have a lot of room. You could be holding on to something too tightly too. All right. I'm seeing that. And as you can see, you know, like with the Ace of Wands, something's burning, something's going away. It's like burning up, and you're still holding on to this, and you don't need to. You need to walk away from it, all right? And then it looks like you're going to get some good news, all right? You're going to get some sort of good news. And this probably, something is going to come to light, and it probably has something to do with your money, all right? Because I see Anzus on here, and I also see Soilo, which is the sun. So the sun brings light, and it's also bringing light to something that you do, probably something that you do with your money. I also see Tiwaz on here, which is victory and success. All right. And I forgot to mention this little bin drone over here too. Now, see, you've been holding on to something for a very long time. See, it's got Isa in the middle. All right. So here you are. You're holding on to something. See it? And you've been holding on to it for a long time. But you have Gabo. All right. And Gabo is very positive. This is, you know, your blessings. All right. All right. So now then I pulled this card out, and this is a trippy card. So, you know, as soon as I got the Page of Cups, I just stopped right there, Pisces, and then I said, well, now why is the Page of Cups here? Okay. So to clarify the Page of Cups, I got the Five of Wands. Now look at this Five of Wands. Isn't this a trip? I mean, look at that. This is, it got you like, you know, tied to the pole and all these other, you know, wands on fire pointing at you, you know. Yeah, and then you have Isa in the middle, which is, you know, this is some sort of, it's a pretty brutal looking card. It is. So what the good news here is, it has something to do with some sort of competition, okay? This has to do with some sort of a competition. This is going to be some sort of good news about some sort of competition that, you know, has made you feel like, you know, you're tied to a pole and nothing is moving forward. It's like you're just kind of like, your hands are tied. See, look at you, your hands are tied. You feel like your hands are tied, and you've got these other wands pointing at you, like, you know, like they're so-called better or something. And anyway, and so you're sitting here like that, you know, that's kind of like what you felt like. But the good news is that, you know, this is good news about that. All right. And then I pulled the Three of Wands. All right. So there's going to be some sort of good news, you know, about some sort of competition, and it looks like you're going to make some sort of a plan about it. And it looks like some of you are actually going to be moving. I feel a sense that somebody's going to be moving. All right, because if you'll look at this card, it is the Three of Wands, but you do see the ship going across the water, and they're looking out towards the water like, yeah, we're going to go. So, you know, this could be good news about moving too. But whatever the good news is, it's got something to do with some sort of a competition. All right. And I see success right up here. So, I mean, even though you might have felt like this, it's going to, you know, it's going to shock you. Look, you got Jera right here. So this is kind of like success through hard work. So something that you do for money is, you know, going to be successful. All right. It's just taken a long time. Look at you. You got Isa right there. All right. So anyhow, that is your reading. I want to pull one of these angel cards out here before I let you go. And I guess I'll pull a warm rune out too. You guys like those? Let's see what's going on here with Pisces. And I'm glad I had a chance to pull these cards out in advance to really kind of study them a little bit. You know, it helps me out. All right, so what's going on here with Pisces? Raise your vibration. So yeah, and this is what's going on, Pisces. Our vibration is raising. And, you know, and that's a fact, because I feel different when I go outside. It's kind of weird. So raise your vibration. Kind of feels like I'm high, but I'm not. You know what I mean? It feels like you're kind of stoned, but you're not. Okay, so let's read what this card means here. It's time to move up a level. It's time to fly high. You may have experienced some setbacks or felt low recently, but that is behind you now, and you have the opportunity to light up like never before. Everything in the entire universe is comprised of energy, and that energy vibrates, drawing towards it to similar energy. So raising your vibration means aligning yourself with situations, people, places, and choices that you know will lift you up, support you, and help you grow. When this card appears, you have overcome the darkness and are moving into a time of opportunity. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, you can be reborn. Look at this. Look at this ashes, rising from the ashes with the Ace of Pentacles. Isn't that a trip? See? Know that your angels are acknowledging your commitment to growth. You are filled with inspiration now and are attracting only good. Wow, that's awesome, Pisces. Really good reading. Let's get you one of these warm runes here. What's going on here with Pisces? Wow. Well, you know, this came out here. That's the one I pulled. And this one over here fell out. So I guess this one wanted to come out as well. All right. So let's look at what these two have to say. All right here. So, the first one I pulled here was this one here, so let's do this one first. And the name of this one is Koahad. Koahad. All right. And this, the meaning of this is grove. All right. And this is the white poplar tree. Little piece of that. All right. Now, Koahad represents the gateway to the other world. They encourage communication with ancestors and connection with spirit. Koahad indicates the presence of universal intelligence, totems, guides, and deities on the spiritual plane. When Koahad appears in a reading, know that your loved ones and animals that have passed over are still with you. Wow. That's a trip. You know, I was kind of like thinking about my dog that I had before Shadow, and his name was Bear. And, you know, he lived a long time, but he got old and finally, you know, died. But, yeah, I was just thinking about him today. All right, so this particular rune here is called More. And More, the definition of this is the sea. All right? And this is the witch hazel plant. All right? So the meaning of More is it invites you to return to our roots, connect with your maternal ancestors, and More also brings forward the mysteries and emotional healing of the sea. So yeah, I think a lot of us are going through a lot of emotional healing as well, which is very, very important for us to be able to move forward. But yeah. Well, there you have it there, Pisces. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. All right. Bye for now, Pisces.